Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we have another fun John Byrne episode. You know that John Byrne is my happy place, so I cannot wait to share it with you. Babe 2, the sequel to Babe series by John Byrne. A fun book for sure. Cannot wait to share it with you. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button and let's get right into it. Okay, so this is when John Byrne was at Dark Horse as part of Legend, sort of like an Image Comics kind of thing, like a bunch of high-profile creators getting together to publish under an imprint. However, the imprint was under a larger publishing house of Dark Horse. The other co-founders were Walt Simonson, Mike Mignola. Wait, maybe not Walt Simonson. I don't think so. I'm sorry. Frank Miller, Mike Mignola, Jeff Darrow, perhaps, and just like a few others. It was pretty small, but Mike Mignola did do the Easter Island head icon legend here, which is, of course, gorgeous and amazing. So John Byrne was like away from Marvel and DC. He's doing like Next Men at Dark Horse. And I feel like he kind of wants to do She-Hulk too. So he does this babe character. She's, like a big babe. It's funny because if you watch interviews with John Byrne, he describes women as hot babes sometimes. And it's kind of, obviously dated and sexist, but still funny at the same time. And I love that he's calling this babe. I recently did an interview with Trina Robbins, and like she had like her feminist magazine, Don't Call Me Babe, and I feel like I asked her about the word babe popping up a lot in her work, and it's funny because I do feel like it's sort of an outdated, sort of almost like, I don't know, sexist trope, of course, but now it's like definitely more a term of endearment, I feel. But anyway, so she's a hot babe. That's the conceit. The first series, it's 5 women melded into one. I mean, if that isn't a male fantasy to create the perfect woman, oh my God. Like, whatever sexism. But I know, whatever. We're going to look past that and say it was a sign of the times. And, maybe more empowering. I don't know. So at the end of the series, apparently the women get split up. We have the set 2-part. It was the original one, and I'll cover it. Sorry to do it out of order, but I don't know where it is, okay? It was a 4-part miniseries, and he followed it up with this 2-parter, and it's super fun. He did these covers. They were painted by Gary Cody, if that name sounds familiar. It's like one of the characters from Alpha Flight, a friend of John Byrne's, apparently. Not a bad painter, not a horrible look. Not super into it. Like John Byrne, like I feel like this has been done a few times before, like, and sometimes with George Perez, like trying to create like a painterly look for like an artist who's so well known for their pen and ink work, like does not often look great. It doesn't look terrible, but I don't prefer it. Let's put it that way. So I'm glad that they have the black and white original art on the back cover. And it's funny how things seem so different because it's just signed Gary Cody, and I feel like Byrne's name should be part of it because obviously it doesn't exist without him. I like the design work done here. Story and art by John Byrne, colors by Matt Webb, who colored a lot of John Byrne's stuff at Dark Horse, including like a lot of his Next Men stuff. I think that they worked really great together, and I think he's a good colorist for him. This looks like Los Angeles. I'm sure it is. It's so funny. I think that John Byrne is so good at always, he must do like great research or just have like such a great firm grasp on the way places are supposed to look. You kind of almost can identify them without knowing. And this is also the time when John Byrne is doing like his computer lettering, like based on, I forgot where he got the font. I go through this a million times, but then I feel like he would do like some of the bigger letters like by hand, and I'm not sure how he did this. It definitely does look like some sort of computer effect, but I think it's fun. I like it. This is a great 2-page spread, like these alligators coming out of the sewer, pulled from the headlines kind of stories. I kind of like that. I mean, Babe's eyebrows are a little too thick. I don't know, like I'm not 100% in love with the aesthetic of Babe for some reason. John Byrne's art has had an evolution throughout his career. This is a great page, though. This is reminding me sort of like of what his art was looking like a little bit on Wonder Woman, which was an interesting journey of his art. I feel like it went from being inked, not the greatest, to evolving into like a really beautiful inking style. And he was inking himself, so you know, he's been known to switch up tools and things like that throughout the years. Oh, I mean, I love it. This is my favorite thing about, and I have to say, like, this is so weird, but like, I feel like, you know, you saw it in Image Comics, you see it here. No matter how, like, creators, like, they leave Marvel, they go, you know, they leave DC, but then they just want to draw DC and Marvel still. Like, this is basically She-Hulk and Mole Man, right? I mean, I guess you're always gonna be in love with, like, the comics that you grew up on, and those are always gonna be the ones for you. This is such a gorgeous double-page spread. Look at this underground layer. This is crazy. This is, like, the insanity of John Byrne's art sometimes. Like, just to think that he took the time to do all this stuff. This is, like, his Mobius channeling level here, which I feel he got into sometime. I think one of the interesting things, and I feel like I've mentioned this before, and part of the reason I love John Byrne so much, is that he is like one of the most competent, proficient, technical superhero comic book artists as far as his perspective, his angles, his storytelling, his machinery, his, you know, everything's perfect. Like, his characters are always in perfect perspective, no matter what weird angle he pulls from. But at the same time, he is an artist as well and brings beautiful artistry to it. So that is a killer winning combination for sure. And then, of course, I always feel like I see, you know, glimpses of Kirby and some of his tech and machinery. That feels like such a classic John Byrne, like, pose there. That looks fun there. These characters look cool. They kind of need to come back. I mean, how about I love that since this is like a Babe comic, she's a female, we have to do like the borders in pink, which I have no problem with because I love pink. But it's funny because I feel like I read recently, maybe not so recently, that gender, like, identity, not an identity, I'm not going to go that deep, but I'm just like capitalism is the fault of gender division because, like, the department stores realized that they could sell more clothes if they did different colors for boys and girls. You know, a baby, who cares? It's going to wear a nightgown or whatever the hell babies wear, right? Such beautiful art. Look at all that hatching. I mean, but it's interesting because I feel like that was almost a break the fourth wall kind of moment. You know, which She-Hulk was totally known for. I mean, come on, Mole Man. That is so great. I love that. That is so cool. And of course, John Byrne is one of those typical, like, man, little boy artists who loves to draw dinosaurs and monsters and gadgetry and stuff like that. Who doesn't? We all do. Okay, I really want Babe number 3 now. There was no Babe number 3, was there? Byrne, do you hear me? Papa, can you hear me? When I speak directly to Byrne when I do this thing. I want this X-Men jacket too, although I that would be so crazy. I know they're out there. I've seen pictures. Babe, number 1 of 2. Babe 2, number 1 of 2. Babe 2, 2 of 2. Is that Abe Sapien? Like, what's happening here? I mean, it's possible. I suppose there could be a crossover. Legend. Hellboy was Legend at the time. I think it is. I mean, who else could it be? That's kind of freaking amazing, right? Way to sell this video now. John Byrne's Babe number 2, guest starring Abe Sapien. Abe Sapien. What the hell is his name? You know who I'm talking about. I'm sorry, I'm off the rails. Colors by Matt Webb. Painted cover art by Gary Cody. Package opened by Barbara Kessel and Lynn Adair. Were they the editors? I guess so. That is a pretty cool looking character there. That looks scary. I love that. Like, clearly this is like kind of a comedy book in a way. Hellboy. Oh, yes, see? Like, oh my gosh, you guys. Like, I'm sitting on like a hot Hellboy crossover here that we didn't... Yup, Abe Sapien. What was I calling him? Abe Fabian? Like, what the... Bursting Your Way in May. I mean, come on. That is amazing. Superman versus Aliens. I think I did cover that. Dan Jurgens, Kevin Nolan. Totally cool. These characters rock. I don't know, like, is this like his lampooning Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, perhaps? I don't know. Loving the Abe Sapien. Like, how did John Byrne had to have drawn a Hellboy story, right? Like, we shouldn't live in a world where John Byrne hasn't... I mean, I feel like he's done a commission and maybe, like, a pinup here and there, perhaps. But do we have a John Byrne Hellboy story? And if not, why? This is really great and fun. Quong. Such a good, fun sound effect. I love John Byrne when he draws, like, somebody hitting somebody and he puts the stars. Like, I know it's so, like, cartoonish, but that makes me love it even more. Do not like that lettering on that page 18. Oh, or that. No. Mm-mm. I mean, this isn't Watchmen, right? But it's good. It's fun. Oh, that is so cool. I love that. All the manholes bursting off at the same time. And that's how you draw a building really super fast and get really super fast. I mean, come on. We know how John Byrne draws buildings, right? Anyway. So then Babe reformed because of this event or whatever. And then I think she split again. And so are we to believe that these 5 women make the perfect women? I guess they do, huh? They make Babe anyway. I wonder where she got the eyebrows. Danger Unlimited, no way. Oh, man, see? I don't know where this went, but... Prototypes. What's prototypes? I need to find out. Anyway, crazy, right? Babe, part 2. Abe Sapien. How gorgeous is that? Very cool. Anyway, Hellboy. The hidden Hellboy crossover that you never knew about. That now you must add to the collection. The Michael Fitzgerald Troy effect is going to take into place. And this is going to be worth way more than you can afford. So I suggest heading over to eBay right now and snatching these babies up. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit like, subscribe, share my content, and I will bring you more later. Thanks, guys.